America. Hello, everybody. You know, sometimes I like to tinker with a vehicle every once in a while and work on them, and especially if it's my own little hot rod or something. Not that I have any hot rods, but I like to consider them hot rods. But sometimes I like to mechanic full stuff. If you've ever had one that's had transmission problems or won't move, won't go, it just idles, it's just in the idle mode, it won't move forward, you know, that vehicle does you no good whatsoever. It's sitting idle. This vehicle is idle, and it will be for a while. You know, a vehicle that won't move and just sits and idles does you no good. There's no power moving forward. There's nothing. You're just sitting still. You're idle. You know, you'll watch some of this footage of me and Chris. We went on a hike a few weeks back when the snow come, and we went up on top of the roan, and it was needless to say, we was wanting to go, but kind of dreading it in a way. But it turned out extremely nice. I mean, you can't beat these views. You can't beat what God's creation can show you in those moments. But don't get me wrong, we had idle moments where we had to stop and rest. But when we stopped and rest, we were not completing our goal. We were not getting any further. We were not completing nothing. We were just stopping and looking. And don't get me wrong, there's times when a man needs to stop and just look around and be calm and be still and know who God is. But to complete the goal, we were getting nowhere. We were just sitting and idling. Beautiful walk. Sometimes we had snow up to our knees. Sometimes we was walking on solid sheets of ice. Plenty of people out. But it was a rough walk. Don't get me wrong, we've walked this before and walked further. But when it's 20-degree weather, wind's hitting just a little bit, and you went through the Christmas holiday and your lungs are not used to breathing that strong with that thin of air, it can get to you a little bit. But when you're sitting and idling, you're not getting the goal done. When you are a Christian, God did not save you to be idle. God saved you to move forward in your Christian walk. Have you ever looked at your Christian walk and said, well, I'm saved, I'm good, I'm going to heaven? God saved us to move in this relationship with Him. You know, when I think of the Bible and I think of the New Testament, I think we all can come to some kind of agreement that the Apostle Paul was probably one of the best Christians we can ever read or hear about. He was top shelf. So when Paul writes to the Philippians, in Philippians chapter 3, he says, I have not reached perfection, and he never will. But he strives forward. He keeps moving forward in his faith. Paul says, not that I have already obtained this or I am already perfect, but I press on to make it my own because Christ Jesus has made me His own. Brothers, I do not consider that I have made it my own, but one thing I do, forgetting what lies behind me and straining forward what lies ahead. And again he says, because Christ Jesus has made me His own. There comes a time in our Christian walk, and it should be from the very beginning of our Christian walk, we got to take Jesus serious. We got to take this relationship with Jesus serious. We got to take this relationship with Jesus serious, and we've got to move forward in our faith. We have to strive to be more like Jesus, to more like Christ. No, we'll never be perfect. We'll never be like Jesus. But we should have it in us to strive forward. Even the Apostle Paul says, I have not reached that point. We will never reach that point in our lifetime. But we need to strive forward and keep moving and be more Christ-like every day of our life. We don't need to get in these idle moments to where we say, I'm good, I'm saved, I don't need church, I don't need fellowship, I don't need the Bible every day, I don't need prayer life. I'm just fine where I'm at. That's not God's desire for our life. It should be in us to strive to move forward in our daily walk with Jesus. We should have that desire to not be idle. Throw it in low gear, 4 low, and kick it and go forward, no matter what we're going through. Love y'all. Sorry it's been so long. Like and share. Help us out spreading these videos. Love y'all.